Is it possible for the United States to be generous abroad while struggling at home? As we sit here today, we find ourselves grappling with this question in light of the current state of the American economy. Picture this. The housing market is soaring, making home ownership a distant dream for many. Meanwhile, our food prices continue to climb, making the weekly grocery run a test of budgeting skills. Now let's talk about the working class, the backbone of our economy. They are now being referred to as the working class poor, a term that resonates with the harsh reality of their living standards. Despite working tirelessly, they find it increasingly difficult to make ends meet. This, in a nation that has long prided itself on the promise of the American dream. The numbers paint a stark picture. According to recent reports, the average cost of a house in the United States has skyrocketed over the past few years. Simultaneously, the Consumer Price Index, a measure of average change in prices over time of goods and services, is on an upward trajectory, indicating the rising cost of living. With these economic challenges at home, the decision to provide substantial foreign aid raises some questions. Recently, the Senate passed a $95.3 billion foreign aid bill, causing a stir both domestically and internationally. This hefty bill includes substantial assistance for several regions around the globe, but let's delve into the specifics. The lion's share, a whopping $60 billion, is earmarked for Ukraine. Israel is set to receive $14.1 billion, while humanitarian aid for Gaza, the West Bank, and Ukraine again, amounts to $9.2 billion. Lastly, the Indo-Pacific region is allocated $4.8 billion. Now the bill's journey has been anything but smooth sailing. It passed the Senate with a vote of 70 to 29, which saw 22 Republicans crossing party lines to vote in favor. However, it's not all handshakes and backpats. Speaker Mike Johnson has expressed his reluctance to bring the bill to the House floor, setting the stage for a potential clash between the two chambers. Criticism of the bill has been loud and clear, particularly from former President Donald Trump and some House Republicans. Their argument? The United States should limit its foreign aid to loans only. This perspective shifts the focus from aid as a form of charity to aid as an investment from which the United States should expect a return. There are also rumblings within the House Republicans about possible changes to the bill. These include reducing the aid to Ukraine or incorporating the funding into a Pentagon spending bill. It's a high-stakes game of political chess with the world watching every move. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer celebrated the passage of the bill, heralding it as a victory for international diplomacy. However, Trump's counter-argument that foreign aid should be granted only when it's a loan has found some support among Senate Republicans, further complicating the narrative. This new foreign aid bill, controversial as it may be, is now a part of the ongoing debate about the role of the United States on the global stage. But what does this mean for everyday Americans, given the current economic climate? The recent Senate decision to pass a $95 billion foreign aid bill has sparked a debate about the implications for the American economy and the well-being of its citizens. This decision comes at a time when the American housing market is soaring, food prices are on the rise, and the working class is feeling the squeeze. On one hand, there are those who argue that foreign aid is a necessary act of international solidarity. They believe that by assisting countries like Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, the United States is upholding its role as a global leader. By providing humanitarian aid, they argue, the U.S. is demonstrating its commitment to global stability and peace. However, others see this as a misallocation of resources. They argue that the money could be better spent addressing the economic challenges facing everyday Americans. The working class in particular is struggling to keep up with the rising cost of living. Critics of the bill argue that it's time for America to focus on its own economic stability before extending aid overseas. The potential long-term implications of this decision are significant. If the U.S. continues to extend foreign aid at this level, it could mean less funding for domestic programs. This could potentially exacerbate existing economic issues such as income inequality and poverty. On the other hand, a failure to provide aid could damage America's reputation on the global stage and strain diplomatic relations. The American public appears divided on this issue. While some see the foreign aid bill as a necessary expense, others feel it's an extravagance the country can ill afford. As the debate continues, it's clear that this decision has far-reaching implications for the American economy and its citizens. Whether you see this as a necessary act of international solidarity or a misallocation of resources, one thing is clear. The decision to provide foreign aid has far-reaching implications. In a world as interconnected as ours, economic decisions often have a ripple effect. We've touched on the current state of the U.S. economy, the recent Senate-approved $95 billion foreign aid bill, and the potential impact this could have on American interests. Balancing domestic challenges with international responsibilities is no easy task. The housing market is high, food prices are rising, and the working class is feeling the pinch. Yet, our international commitments continue, as seen with the substantial aid package for Ukraine. As the debate continues, it's crucial to stay informed and consider the broader implications of these decisions. After all, the economy isn't just numbers on a page, it's about people and their lives.